Welcome back to Singer Dad Reacts. My name is Josh. A special welcome to all of you deers out there, all of you Dimash fans. I am continuing on in my journey through the Bastau concert, and I am going to try and shorten this up as much as I can. So I went through everything, and I went through all of the requests that all of you have submitted as far as what you wanted me to do in covering the reactions to the songs within Bastau. And what I've decided to do is not cover every single song in the concert, but really key in on those that have been requested or that I've heard or that I have a desire to react to based on songs I'm familiar with or songs that I know he does later and I want to be able to have a comparison, things like that. So I factored in different variables like that. So with that in mind, I'm on part 4. I'm going to actually skip part 3. I didn't really see any in that part of the concert that I want to do a reaction to at this time. I may go back and do those later, but I'm going to skip over to part 4. And you can see on my screen there, this is the set list for part 4. So I'm going to do 3 more reactions to the Bastau concert. Each one will have 4 performances in it. So in this one, it's going to be My Swan, Sweet Memories, which is what they call it on the Dimash's channel. I'm going to skip Daybreak since I already have a reaction to Daybreak from this concert out on my channel. And I'm going to react to You Never Left by Lynn. Some of you have mentioned that one as being one that you would recommend. And then the last word, this Soul's Sony. And what I have done is I do have the lyrics for all of these except for You Never Left. I looked all over and I wasn't able to find lyrics for that particular song. So, but what I'll do is I'll quickly read through the lyrics for each song before each performance, and I'll try to make this as short as I can, but it's going to be a longer reaction. You just kind of have to prepare for that because the whole part 4 I think is 25 minutes. So I'm cutting out one of those songs, so you're looking at roughly 3.5 minutes or so probably. So just the songs alone are going to be around 21 to 22 minutes. So plus my reaction, plus the lyrics. So, but what I'm trying to do is really get through the Bastau concert as quickly as I can, but still have the quality that's there and give a quality reaction and keep to what I've been doing with the lyrics and all that. I really feel like that adds a lot to it, and that's been the comments that have come back from you as well. So with that in mind, I'll move forward here. So again, I'm going to do 2 more after this for Bastau. So I have 2 picked out from part 5 and 2 from part 6, and then there are 4 in part 7. So those are the ones that I'm going to be doing for the next 2 reactions for Bastau after this one. And then I'll be done with Bastau, and I can move forward most likely to 2018 and onward, right? So with that, I'm going to read the lyrics here for My Swan. You seek happiness from another, my dearest, my precious, yet I cannot accept losing you. I miss you, my love. Why do the petals of love wilt so easy? My parting words come unconsciously. Though you will not turn back, much to your disappointment, a passionate heart grew cold as I left without goodbyes. My swan, my dearest, my dream, my sun at dawn, why did you deceive such a passionate heart? You gave me such feelings. I offered you my heart, my songs, yet you still do not understand. Teardrops still linger in my eyes. Helpless in the face of destiny, farewell, my dear. Although I know your heart has gone cold, I cannot resist telling you one more time. I wish you the best, even as you walk away. I can never stop missing you. We flew wing to wing. Your love illuminated my life. Let these thoughts be the song I wrote for you. My swan, my dearest, my dream, my sun at dawn, why did you deceive such a passionate heart? You gave me such feelings. I offered you my heart, my songs, yet you still do not understand. Teardrops still linger in my eyes. My swan, my dearest, my dream, my sun at dawn. So I think this repeats itself. Why did you deceive such a passionate heart? You gave me such feelings. I offered you my heart, my songs, yet you still do not understand. Teardrops still linger in my eyes. I wish you happiness. So it definitely looks like a song where it's a lost love type song. It looks like a passionate heart grew cold as I left without goodbye. So this, it talks about where they were pulled apart, or the relationship was ended without really getting that closure. So it's more of a heartbreak type situation where at least one of the parties did not get closure and doesn't understand why the other one left or broke it off. Teardrops still linger in my eyes, helpless in the face of destiny. Although I know your heart has gone cold. So this, there's a feeling from the person singing that this other person, their love that's lost, basically has a cold heart and they're giving them the cold shoulder type thing. So anyway, so that's My Swan. So let's listen to it and react here. Oh wow. Look at those hourglasses, that's cool. Is that Sveta? I think it is.
Бақытыңды басқадан іздедің сен, аяулым асылым.
This is a deeper song.
Үзбедім мен, аңсадым ғашығым.
Неліктен махаббаттың гүлі солды, айтылды жүрек жыры. Соңғы қарамадың бұрылып, менен мәңгі түңіліп, кеткеніме пәк сезімдер сұлулы.
I think that's Sveta. So far, this is really neat, and I like how it started out like kind of in his lower register. I think I talked about that in kind of the SOS, my very first reaction for Dimash, wanting to kind of hear more from that lower register. And I know there's some coming up that where he definitely sings some of the lower stuff. So this is neat to be able to hear him singing down there a little bit. Let me go back just a little. They aged this guy up a little bit there. That's awesome. Wow, she's going high. That's awesome. They blend really well together. Really open. Definitely classically trained. Dimash. Wow. Nice. Wow, he's in the higher harmony. Wow. He's up there. Nice. Wow, that's awesome. My honorable friends, the one who sings in front of you is our pride, our country's pride. My mentor, a Kazakh singer with a voice from heaven. You can never praise her too much. Everyone please applaud Mayra. Okay, so it's not his mom. Sorry about that. Our homeland's pride, who introduced Kazakh music to the entire world. My apprentice, Dimash Kudibergen. Congratulations, my dear. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to react really quick, not spend too much time going back and so forth. But yeah, so it wasn't his mom. She looks like Sveta to some degree, but that's cool that he got to sing with like his mentor and everything, and that's really neat, kind of coming together, coming full circle type moment for Dimash. That's awesome. Yeah, so it was a great song, a beautiful melody, and I loved how Dimash at the end there, you forget how high he's singing, and then when she sang and then he sang, he was singing the same notes, so you're seeing his mouth move, and yet you're hearing the notes that she was just singing, and then you realize, how high he is in the vocal range. He's up there, and then he went above her and was singing a harmony above her there for a while. So it's a reminder of how crazy his range is and how talented he is. But yeah, that was a beautiful performance. I really like that song a lot. So Eternal Memories. So let's go back to our lyrics here. So as time goes by, the truth is left behind. When should we begin to admit our loneliness? Despairing silence and emotional admittances are not lifelines, but rather helplessness. Happiness crashes down from its highest peak. Memories burst into flames. You and I no longer exist in the same universe. Can take away my pain, but cannot take away feelings. Was once unafraid of losing all. Having each other was all that mattered. Can take away time, but cannot take away old dreams. Only fighting for you makes me understand how to forget my feelings. Pretending to be cold, hiding all the pain, are just desires that could be rationalized. The person you care about the most can hurt you the most, because love still exists. I have sunk into a storm of emotions. Happiness crashes down from its highest peak. Memories burst into flames. You and I no longer exist in the same universe. Okay, this is a repeat, I think, of the chorus. Can take away pain, but cannot take away feelings. Was once unafraid of losing all. Having each other was all that mattered. Can take away time, but cannot take away old dreams. Only fighting for you makes me understand how to forget my feelings. Love is violence mixed with insanity. The more you love, the more you understand. Can take away pain, but cannot take away feelings. Was once unafraid of losing all. Having each other was all that mattered. So there's the chorus again. Okay. So forgetting my feelings is the feeling of true love. Interesting. Was once unafraid of losing all. There's some very profound lyrics in this, though. I mean, the person you care about the most can hurt you the most. That's very, very true and very profound. Can take away time, but cannot take away old dreams. So it's like this kind of lingering memories of this, the loved one, this lover type thing. Was once unafraid of losing all, having each other was all that mattered. So that's like that reckless love that you hear talked about in a lot of songs, right? Where it's just like you put it all out there type thing. Happiness crashes down from its highest peak. So yeah, this is similar in tone to My Swan. So let's move on to the song. Look at all those lights. I want to sing with you together, okay?
Dears, are you ready?
Dears, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
从此也走过，爱剩下你了，你我的沉默该从哪里人走？期望的沉默，激动的诉说，兜不住软弱而说，手足无措，幸福从最靠近之后。 我在回忆让拯救过，恍若割舍的人舍的手，那的走感伤。
Sorrow can be taken away, but not passion, so it's similar. That's cool. They have another alias acrobat there. So stuff like that is crazy. And he is one of the best at it that I've seen in all the performers that I've seen. He's singing down here. He's singing like sometimes down in his chest voice, sometimes in his head voice. I think in this case he's in his upper chest voice, I think, is where he's at in his range. And he goes from there up to his high head voice. Well, for him, right, it's not, it's probably like half to 2/3 high, right, for him. But it's a huge jump for any vocalist to go that big a leap to a higher note like that. So you have to understand the difficulty of that, because there's a lot of different mechanics involved with making that happen and having it come through accurately and on pitch, right? You can just kind of go boom and just aim for it and then have it hit somewhere in the vicinity. But if you really have a precise instrument like he does, then your vocal folds are moving to the position they need to be, which is in this case a little bit tighter to go up to the higher registers. Your larynx is adjusting, all these different, your diaphragm, all these different aspects of your vocal mechanism are engaging to make that leap happen. So again, he has a precise, well-tuned, unbelievable instrument to be able to do stuff like that. And it's those types of little things that someone might overlook, you should not overlook, because they're very difficult, and he's incredible to be able to so easily do things like this. Let's go back just to like a little bit here. That looks cool with her up there. He said, "Dear, it's you." That's awesome. We're singing along. Again, so that note at the very end, that was his mixed voice. So crazy. But we've learned to just kind of, that's Dimash hitting this note that others would consider just unreachable by most male singers, right? We've just come to take it for granted, I think, a lot of with what he can do. But yeah, he's amazing. Another amazing performance. This is part of what I love about him that I've mentioned before, is that he puts his whole heart into every performance, right? He's feeling it. He's putting passion into it. He's adding the dramatic flair in some cases, and you can tell even just by the production, right? Because I'm sure he had his say and his feedback for those that were kind of planning the production. He wants to make it this big concert and this big experience, and have these touching, entertaining performances for each of the songs, right? And I think it's like we've talked about before. It's because he really loves his dears. He loves the fans. He wants to put on a show and really make it a special experience for them. That's why he packed this concert with 21 songs, I think. I mean, who does that? That's a huge undertaking with all the production and everything they did. They could have easily gotten away with, 10 or 15, which is probably your standard concert for a lot of the artists out there. So, yeah. Anyway, so the next one is, this is the one I was not able to find lyrics for. This is the You Never Left by Terry Lynn. So we'll just go on to that one here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Everyone knows that some singing competitions have played a great role in my life.
үлкен роль атқарғандарын өздеріңіз де білесіздер. Біраз
I've been to several countries.
болдым.
Finally,
соңында өткен
I presented my voice on this stage called The Singer in China.
I'm Singer деген тамаша жобада өнер көрсеттім. Сол жобада маған
The amazing singer who always supported me throughout the competition.
қолдауын көрсеткен. Тамаша әнші ағайын. Біздің қонағымыз.
Who is also our guest.
Welcome to Kazakhstan.
Welcome to Kazakhstan. Let's applaud Mr. Lynn. Kazakhstan, hello. Before he goes on, so this just so you all know, I've never heard Terry Lynn sing. So you guys have said that he's really good and all that. So this is a first time hearing actually experience for Terry Lynn, for me, hearing him sing, because I haven't watched his performances from the singer competition yet. So I'm excited for this. You all have said that he's got a great voice.
This song
is for all of you.
这首歌献给所有的
This song is for all of you in Chinese. You never left.
我曾爱过，也失去过，尝过爱的甜与涩，摆脱命运的捉弄。我知道我要什么，有一份难言的感动，用所有情绪柔和，何必再无谓的思索？这世界有什么好值得？
Sorry. I was trying to find a good part there to pause. So he has a unique tone there. It's almost kind of like, it reminds me of like a folk rock type voice. Almost like, I'm thinking like Simon and Garfunkel, right? Like that type of timbre, that type of stylization with the way that he's kind of forming the vowels and everything. But yeah, I'm liking it. It's good. Let me go back a little bit. Good resonance.
我眺望远方的山峰，却错过转弯的路口。蓦然回首，才发现你在等我，没离开过。我寻找大海的尽头，却忽略蜿蜒的河流。当我溺水行舟，你在我左右，推着我走。
This sounds like I Surrender. Is what it sounds like. I'm familiar with this song, I Surrender. And the melody line for this sounds a lot like that. So put in the comments there if you could, if that's what this song actually is. It's that I Surrender song. That's what it sounds like. As soon as he started in with the chorus there, it sounded familiar. I recognized it. So let's continue on here.
我太富有，因为爱满足了所有生命中每个漏洞，你都用真心不缝。Right now， 就冲这一刻，我要拥你在怀中，给你加倍的温柔。 为你唱一首专属的情歌，请听我说，我眺望远方的山峰，却错过转弯的路口，蓦然回首，才发现你在等我，没离开过，我寻找到。
Nice. Good control. Oh, a little modulation there. Oh, key change. Wow, good breath control. He's bringing it. Way to back it off right there. That's awesome. See, I didn't have a little growl in there. I'm going to pause it here for a second. Yeah, so Terry, Papa Lynn, I think, is what Dimash called him. He's got a good voice, and he surprised me actually with his power and his breath control. He's got a good instrument. And he carries a lot more power than I thought he would have, but he's got a good open resonant sound. I mean, his vibrato is nice. It's a little less than Dimash's as far as the. So I've talked about that before, right? I think with my So Young reaction, I talked about vibrato a little bit, but every vocalist has a specific vibrato. Well, those that sing with the vibrato anyway, and so it can be fast or it can be slow. And like low basses, for instance, I've heard some low basses where their vibrato was so slow, I can't even do it, but it was so slow that it actually negatively impacted the pitch. But in Terry Lynn's case, he's got a fairly even vibrato. It's not super pronounced. Dimash's is a little more of a vibrato, which kind of brings in the kind of that classical training that he had, like his mom with the opera background and all that coming into play. But yeah, I'm liking his voice. I like it a lot. Let me go back a little bit here. It's a little vocal fry there. Good resonance. Nice. Good job, Terry. Thank you. I love you. Terry Lynn. Dimash. Okay. So we'll do the lyrics real quick for this. At last. The Dimash's site showed it as the last word. The translation on this, which is mentioned before, I think is called the Dimash Info Station, translated it as at last. So I'm going to go with the title that I got from the Dimash official Bastau playlist. It says, "The road of emotions is full of tests. Do you understand? If not, then this is the end of my speech. Why is it so? Unfortunately, dear, this is how it is. Forget the past days. It's quite easy to think that love is easy. You must be patient, dear. Goals lie ahead. Dreams do not deceive. Probably this was the case. I was jealous of myself. I was cursed. You were broken. You were changeable. You were never happy. Always sad as late autumn. If you do not believe me, my love, then you cannot hope any more. You can go, my love. You can go. You can go to another. I'll find someone who understands me, even when you leave. Love is a battleground, but you will surpass and amaze all. Where do you want to find happiness? The heart's grief, who will remove and live happily. If you want, dear, you can go. If you hope to find a better me, you can go, my love, you can go. You can go to another. I'll find someone who understands me, even when you leave." So this is more kind of a statement of you can go and I'll be okay. If you think you can find someone that will love you like I've loved you, basically, is kind of what it speaks to me. Forget the past days. Yeah. This is how it is. Forget the past days. It's quite easy. Yeah. So that's my interpretation. Let's see. So the last word.
Sanaqqa to'la sezimning yo'li tushunmaysan seniga O'qtasang uni so'zimning so'ngi nega bari bo'lmay dema Bugunish qo'ray jarqonim solay
That's a cool shirt. Let's stop that. Look at that. Such a production. I think kind of coming back to a previous comment, it's like he's doing all these dance moves and he's hitting these high notes. He's not even like short of breath or anything. I mean, he's in phenomenal shape. Even though, as I think I mentioned before, looks like he's lost a ton of weight here. He's really skinny. So it worries me looking at him, but now he's healthy now and everything else. But he was definitely, I think, as some of you mentioned before in the comments, really had lost a lot of weight. I don't know if it was from stress or just, a lot of activity or whatever. But yeah, his stamina is crazy. I mean, I was in high school, my junior year of high school. I was in Grease, the musical, and I was Danny Zuko in Grease, the lead, and we did dancing and stuff. And I remember I was in decent shape at the time, so that helped. But it's hard to do what he's doing, to dance like that and sing, especially in those high notes up in his head voice and so forth. So he's amazing. Let's go back a little bit here. Maybe we'll watch that again. There he goes. That's a cool dance move. This definitely has a pop element to it. He makes it look so effortless when he's hitting all these high notes. I also want to mention the backup singers. You can hear them kind of singing in there with the harmonies and everything. They really have a good balance with him, and I'm sure they've worked together quite a bit to try and get that good balance and to get the harmonies and the blending and all that. But a lot of times backup singers and dancers and these others that are a part of the production get overlooked, but they're all doing a great job. He does those Michael Jackson moves every once in a while. You can tell he's really... It's awesome. Wow, he's busting a move here. That's awesome. Look at him, man. He is just going for it. And then he goes right to the high. This is the thing, if, like he had been encouraged to do, if he had done the lip syncing for the concert, because I think some of you have said that, right? That some that were involved with the production wanted him to lip sync it, and he was like, absolutely not, I want to sing. If he had done that, then it would have made it a ton easier for him, right? He could have danced as hard as he wanted to and not had to worry about breath control or hitting the notes or whatever. And there were a couple of times on that last little run there, just one actually, I think, where he was hitting a high note and the microphone, in the coordinating of what he was doing, the microphone was away from his mouth. He hit that note again, I think, several seconds later, but he missed that actual high note because the mic was away. So things like that, and that's why some of you have said he does this, with the mic, so that he can kind of show people, hey, I'm not lip syncing, this is for real. But he went right up into that right after he finished doing all those crazy dance moves. That's just so impressive. I don't know how he does it. Wow. So I'll just do a quick commentary here. Yeah, so overall, those were amazing numbers. I'm glad I actually watched the Terry Lynn number, so I was able to see him perform. And also just to see their relationship, right? Because you guys have talked about how close Dimash is with the competitors within the singer competition, right? And I haven't had a chance to go back and watch some of the other competitors perform from that singer competition, that 2017 competition. I do plan on doing that, by the way. Many of you have recommended that, and I don't know if I've responded yet, but I would like to go back and see, especially Sandy, the winner, and some of the others perform, Lion, and some of these others perform, just to get the full experience. But it's good to see Dimash interacting with his mentor and his friend, and the fact that he's giving him a song at the concert. That's really neat. It's a great gesture of friendship and respect also as an artist, that he's willing to give this performer and mentor a spot on the program at his opening concert in Kazakhstan, right? So, props to Terry, props to Dimash for that gesture. Yeah, he brought it. It was amazing. That last number again was more of a pop number, and he was doing more dancing and more kind of singing, more kind of a pop style. But again, he's so versatile with his voice that he can switch in and out like he does in SOS, right? From one style to the next, and just change things up, which is very rare to be able to do that and to do it well. So I'm excited to see the others coming up, as I mentioned before. So what's coming up, just to give you an idea. So let me bring that screen up and I can talk to it for you here. So my plan at this point for my next Dimash reaction, as I mentioned before, is I'm going to be reacting to 2 from Bastau Part 5, including Give Me Love, which I know a lot of you are anxious to see because my Give Me Love from the singer competition, I wasn't able to post it because it got damaged in the recording and so forth. So Give Me Love, and the other one is SOS. I'm doing this because I really want to see how he, and you all have said this, that each time he performs a song, it's different, and I want to see his new interpretation of SOS, and I really love that song, and so I'm excited to hear different versions of it, right? There's a Slavic one as well that I know is definitely on the list of those that I want to react to as well coming up. But I do want to see that one. So those are the 2 from 5, and then the 2 from 6 are Blizzard and a tribute to MJ, right? I want to see, you guys have said you got to see the the tribute to MJ from the Bastau concert. He improves it and does some cool stuff and shows a little bit of his personality. So I want to see that one. And then my final Bastau reaction will be 4 from 7. So it'll be Lela, Jamaica, Astana Waltz, and Korkamim or My Bell. So those are the 4 from part 7. So if you're watching this and you have others where you're like, no, you need to do this other one that you feel strongly about. If enough of you step forward and say, no, Josh, you need to do this one from 6 or 5 or 7 or whatever, then I will definitely consider that, and I could change what I do based on if I get enough of you that are saying that. So if you feel strongly about certain songs and maybe I didn't include those on the ones I'm planning on doing, you need to please speak up in the comments and let me know so that I can assess that and make a final decision. So I'll cut this shorter. But thank you again for all your support out there. I do appreciate it. And I am trying to give as many reactions as I can. As I mentioned before, I'm moving my house and I'm also, moving our business and doing things with that, which I won't go into. But so there's a lot going on right now. And I'm very busy at work as well. So, and I have a son leaving for college soon. So we've got a lot going on. But I do want to get this posted, and then I'll do another Bastau, at least one more by this weekend. My hope is that I can do both of my remaining Bastau reactions this weekend, and then I'll be done with Bastau, and I can move on to 2018 and move forward in the timeline. So that's my goal. Again, I've got some things going on, but I'm going to try to break free and get those recorded and posted for you. So thanks again for your patience and support. And if you haven't already, if you could please subscribe and click on the notifications to get notified of any new Dimash reactions that I post or any of the others you may be interested in. I'd appreciate it. And take care.